All eyes certainly are on the president here. I'm curious, is this all about human rights? Why is President Trump getting involved? Is there U.S. interest, or is it solely based on the human rights element of this fight?
Well, naturally, I would say human rights is a U.S. interest, but I also believe, the popularly ascribed line to former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger that foreign policy is not missionary work. Americans are right to be skeptical about prolonged engagements in nation building and forced or imposed regime change wars. But this is something drastically different. The Iranian population is the most pro-American, the most pro-Israeli population in the heartland of the Middle East. If America is going to be pivoting to Asia, if America is going to be focusing on great power competition, it needs a more stable regional order, and you will not get that with the world's foremost state sponsor of terrorism, the Islamic Republic of Iran, being at the helm for many more years. Those two things do not simply compute. And this also should be personal for the president. I mean, less than 6 months ago, Iran's clerical establishment issued a whole host of fatwas, religious rulings, jurisprudential rulings, calling for the killing of President Trump after the 12-day war, calling for the taking of his property, calling for the taking of the female members of his family. This is not a joke. This kind of action only comes about when the regime does not feel deterred. So both from a national security perspective, to get the region right, both from a human rights perspective, to get that issue right, we need to empower the Iranian people so that we, America, can begin to do less, not more, in the Middle East. We can't keep putting out all of the fires. We have to focus on taking out the arsonist. And seldom do you get a chance in the Middle East to connect your strategy and to connect your values. And that's really the pitch I would make to the president, that this is a historic opportunity. The regime is weak. No doubt it is still lethal. That does not mean you have to rush headfirst into this with no contingency and no planning. But in a world in which the regime is weak and we know how to counter the lethality, the rewards are certainly looking like, to me at least, that they would outweigh the risks.